Hi. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. I really don't want to have to shut the door. My uncle has the TV on super loud. I got these on. I will not do that again to you guys. I would never torture you again like that. It's been crazy busy, so I was just going to do a kind of an update. I can't remember one day to the next. Unless I write it down, I don't remember. I took my aunt to the doctors. Whenever we take her to the doctors, I remember now because we went to the hairdressers on that morning. My daughter had her hair cut, trimmed, whatever, and then I made an appointment to have my hair colored. So I'm gonna have that done, and then we went to go get my aunt, and we took her to the doctors. Everything looks really, really good. She's doing really good. She's been out of the hospital probably the longest that we can remember. So that is excellent. I need to make up a new calendar because I was tracking her in and out and stuff like that. So I need to do one for 2020. Well, I mean, it's still December, but so we can still keep track of stuff. Or I might use one of those little pocket calendars that I've seen. And then we went to go get something to eat afterwards. Took her back, came home. But it was Wednesday that got a little crazy. Because on Wednesday, but I know I had to meet my sister at the doctor's at 4 o'clock. We took my uncle to the foot doctor. He got into the all he did was complain about this car I got. The only reason that I picked out this car, which I like it fine. I picked it out because he could fit into it. My aunt could flop into it. You know, and my son works for General Motors, so he gets a discount, if you want to call it that. I don't know how much of a discount or how that works, but so that's why he was involved. The car is fine, but all he did was complain about the dashboard all the way to the doctors because there was too much stuff on the dashboard, and there's, this, that, and the other thing. They don't make cars like they did in the 50s and 60s. I mean, that's long gone. That's just you can't go back. I wish I could. I love the old cars, but it is what it is. So then we get to the doctor's. My sister was there. I mean, she helped me get him in. And he goes back, and we're sitting there. Okay, you got into the car. Let's try this again. You can get out of that chair and get into the seat. And I mean, from the time we went back, and it's not super clear, he was snapping at my sister, yelling at her for something. Then he was snapping at the nurse because she was behind him and she was in the way and he couldn't move the chair. And I mean, he just was going off. And I noticed something interesting. He turned 89 today, which is December 6th. This is interesting that we went to a male doctor and he snapped at me. He snapped at my sister. He snapped at this nurse. And I mean uncalled for snapping. Almost to the point of being abusive. He seems to get angrier, more frustrated lately. I wish he would take the medication. He just is very short tempered. Not that he's hurt anybody, but still. But when the doctors came in, and there was two that came in, and they're both male, showed them the utmost respect, talked to them, did not snap at them. And I'm like, alrighty, I see where that is. It's a male female thing. But when we left, I mean, the appointment went sort of as expected, and the doctor did make some changes. And there's a medication that has to be mailed to us. I don't get that one, why they can't. I don't know. But they called me and I had to pay for it over the phone with my card in order for them to get it out in the mail. My sister came out, I mean, he got in the car and stuff like that, and she came around to my door and she goes, I will never, ever go to another doctor's appointment with you guys. Meaning him. She goes, that's uncalled for. So I said, welcome to my world. This is what we put up with. My daughter and myself. I mean, if she happens to go, which she usually doesn't, yeah, welcome to my world. So then we get home, and he was pretty grumpy through the night. And then he asked about some medication that I called in, and I had to call the doctors. It's a different medication. So I called them, and they don't understand why it wasn't called in, so they said that they would call the pharmacist and check on it or make sure it was filled. So I went to the pharmacist to get his medication, and at the doctor's office they said that he needed to spray the inside of his shoes with Lysol, let them dry out before he puts them on. He really should get new shoes. He shouldn't wear the shoes he has, but he's refusing. He also needs white cotton socks, which he's getting, he has these almost like these hospital type socks, which are not the greatest, but he wears those all the time, which are not good. He needs to air out his feet. He needs to let them dry if they're going to heal. So I go to Walmart. I get his medication. I come back, and I have this big, humongous atlas that my daughter brought over. It's an expensive book. She brought that over so he could see where my son had traveled to. He had the book open, and I came back with the medication. He closed the book, and I put it on his desk. He goes, where's the Lysol? I went, oh, snap, I forgot it. He literally picked the book up and threw it onto the table. Thankfully, it did not go onto the floor. I would have been pissed. You don't do that. You don't get agitated to the point of throwing things and getting that mad. And I'm like, I'll go back and get it. Then he's yelling at me, no, don't go back out, da-da-da-da-da, whatever. And I'm like, he was just, pitching such a fit. And then he wanted something to eat. And I was bringing stuff out of the refrigerator. And he starts. And part of it is me because I was agitated now and he's agitated. And so what do you want? I'll warm it up, whatever, put it together, get you what you need. And he almost he's pushing it away, forget it, da-da-da. And I'm like, so I get him situated so he's eating, and I'm like, I'm out of here. I gotta walk away because I just, the more he starts going off, the more agitated I get. Not a good combination. I walked over across the street, and I'm literally, lately, and I don't know if it's because I'm weaning off the psycho meds, I'm getting really weepy again. And I don't want to go, I don't want to, increase or anything. I want to go off. But I don't like, getting that way because, I went over there and I'm like, she goes, you look beat, you look tired. She goes, dark circles, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I said, I'm exhausted. And I was telling her stuff that was going on, and I sat and talked for a while. And I don't know how much more I can take. I can't do this. He turned 89 and he talks about, not wanting to live anymore. And then he wants to live till he's 90 because it's a nice even number. It's like, I can't do this anymore. Because so anyway, I did end up walking to the drugstore and I did get the Lysol. And I brought it back, sprayed his shoes. I didn't spray him very much. I put him down, he put him on right away. That's not good. I'm just beat. Then I got up the next day, yesterday actually, made him French toast. And then went to go pay his taxes. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I apologize if I am. Then I had to drop off a box that I made for the vet's office for a food drive they're having. I did the second one. I dropped that off today. Turned out much better. And then, and I canceled an outing with my sister because the lawyer called and said it was the only day that I could see him, that he was in town, for me to sign the paperwork to get my daughter on my house, take care of some stuff that I'm trying to do for taxes, which I talked about. So I canceled my sister. I said, you know, we're going to have to do it another day. I go to the office and he's a no-show. I don't know what happened. And again, I feel like a deja vu, like I'm really repeating myself. I found I'm going through my videos and logging them, kind of a synopsis of what I talk about, as to not be repetitive too much. And then I went to Snap. I got my Snap shirt on. Humane Society, where we take kittens and stuff to get fixed. So I picked up a little kitten that was being spayed and dropped her off at the vet's office. And I need to just start really writing more. I'm not remembering anything, and I just feel like my brain's going dead. And I know I've been through this before, and I know that when I start writing and I make lists and stuff like that, things always go so much better. So, I don't know. I need to, tomorrow when I go check the cats, I need to go work at the vet's office for a while, work on the files. I need to do that. I mean Sunday. Oh, see, everything's just like, I don't know. Tomorrow I gotta go check on the cats. Maybe I'll just pass out there. I'm getting my hair done on the 10th. So it won't look like this anymore. I really want to do something really crazy different. And I don't know. You'll have to let me know. Put a comment, say yay or nay. I really want to do something crazy. I know, like, I told my sister that I wanted to put purple in my hair. You know, like just purple highlights or something really different. And she's like, you're too old for that. And I'm like, come on now, I'm not dead yet. Jeez. When you get old, you go back to being a kid and have some fun. I didn't have that much fun as a kid, so I'll have it now while I'm old. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. That was dust from my from my computer. I'll vacuum it up. Anyway, Mr. Binks and PJ got really close. So it's getting there. And the girl that adopted Danny, she came out and made herself known. I mean, not super friendly yet, but she kind of like came out. So that's a good thing. So that's good. So those are good things. And yeah, just craziness. I'm just really tired, and I say that all the time, and I wonder if I'll not be tired one day. I know I don't sleep good. We got this camera for my aunt's room at the assisted living place. It's from Ring.com. I love it. And again, I feel like I'm repeating myself. Maybe I did a video that's sitting out there someplace that was supposed to be uploaded and I just never did it. But I called the place because it's motion detective. It's motion sensitive, and it's being recorded somewhere because we paid to have recording, so we have to download it. We let everybody know it's there, and it sounds like every time there's movement, it's like chimes. but it goes off. And I think it's TV sensitive too, because it's going off constantly. She's just sitting there watching TV, or maybe when she moves. But I mean, there are times when I've seen it where somebody else came in and I could see what was going on, which is cool. But it's gotten to the point where I just have to put it on snooze because I'm not sleeping, because it's going off all night long. And it went off at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I looked at it figuring why 3 o'clock in the morning. She has her TV on. But there was one, I mean, like, I saw where the gentleman came in there to do something for her, and then there was another time where 3 other workers were in there. I don't know, maybe she had to go to the bathroom or something, I don't. But anyway, they're kind of rude at night. So I mean, that's good. They know it's there, so they know they're being watched, being recorded, and hopefully that will, alleviate anything. Maybe not. But it's very cool. It's a security camera. Ring.com. I'm liking it. Anyway, another thing that I got to hook up, I got a dash cam. And I had asked whether I should put it on, this one's for the window, this one's for the dashboard. And I had asked, and some people said dashboard because it's more secure. Some people said the window so you don't ruin the dashboard, because it is a leased car. I got a funny feeling I'm going to end up with this car. It's full of animal hair. I mean, I can't help it. I rescue animals. I had to order some seat covers. I got to pick up the mats. I got the mats that go to it. I got to get a trunk mat to protect it. But now I got to go get it detailed to have everything put into it. What do you call those sticky rollers? Roll myself down real good, or take my sister with me so we can kind of like, alleviate stuff and then try to make it better. I don't know. I don't like having, it's okay. It's just that everybody says if you have a leased car, you gotta turn it back in like it's new. It can't have this, can't have that. They're gonna ding you for every little thing on it, and I'm like, 3 years you're driving a car, it's not gonna be like new. But whatever. Like I said, I got a funny feeling I'm gonna end up. I should have just bought the car. I'm thinking I'm making payments for renting the car. What's the difference if I'm making payments and it's my car, other than maybe the warranty? I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. But I'm going to cut this short, even though it's not short because I've been talking a half an hour, but I'm going to tweak a lot out. I feel like I was all over the place and I made no sense. I did get these on. If I didn't, I probably said that in the beginning. I don't know. It'll get easier once I learn how to do it. It'll get easier. They're not bad. They stay on really good, and people have commented on them. So, and I did a really crappy job, so just think if I did a good job. Anyway, oh my goodness. You all have a good night. Stay safe. Be blessed. Bye.